All right, more short-term vacation rental owners have registered their units with the city. Very interesting article. In fact, registrations in the 5 sanctioned resort areas have doubled in the past year. Ben Angarone from Civil Beat joins us now. And Ben, thanks for joining us. Let's start with some numbers. Now, how many registrations are we talking?
We're talking about 1,300 to 1,400 registrations. Wow. And that's in addition to the 800 or so short-term rentals that have been grandfathered in since the 1980s.
Yeah, so this is actually big money for the city. So what are we talking about in terms of the revenue that could come in from this?
Yeah, so when it comes to property taxes, short-term rental owners pay higher taxes than other residential owners. And so last year, as they were setting these rates, they estimated it would be about 16 million or so each year. In short-term rental property tax revenue. And then next year should be something like 17 to 18 million. So approximately that much money can come in.
Yeah, it's great to see the trend going up, but at the same time, we'd be naive to think that everyone has registered already and this is all we're going to see. What do we know about the potential of more of these people out there, or the people that are just operating illegally?
That's totally correct. So we don't know how many people are out there who have not registered their units, because you can have a unit even if you're in Waikiki or some resort zone like that. But a lot of people have actually not registered their units. And one of the thinkings is because of these higher property taxes, which annoys some of their neighbors who have gone through all the hoops and are now paying higher taxes, about double at least.
Yeah, which they're saying is hey, I'm being punished because I'm following the rules. Mm-hmm. You know, and since you touched on it, I thought it was very interesting that you said when they first started this back in 2022, it was much more cumbersome. There was a lot more paperwork. How has the process changed?
Yeah, great question. So last year, the city council streamlined this registration process a little bit because it used to be more cumbersome. And one of the big ways it changed is instead of people having to produce all of the documents that they need, the city now sort of trusts them more to do, for example, screenshots of tax certificates and stuff, or property tax records, rather than having to get an official document from state departments or something. So more of getting screenshots and just attesting that they're following the rules, rather than presenting all of the documents all at once.
Yeah, and it's also very interesting because we say operating illegally, and there's a couple of ways that could happen, right? You could be within that 5 areas that are illegal, the resort areas, but not registered. And at the same time, you could also be in a residential neighborhood, because the main problem is we don't want overcrowding from tourists in that area as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. And DPP, the City Department of Planning and Permitting, focuses their enforcement more on that latter category of the people in residential areas, especially those who elicit complaints from their neighbors.
Yeah, I know you spoke to the city. What did they say about enforcement and to the people, the registered owners that are complaining about other people that are out there?
Well, the city has not so far cited anybody for just not registering. They kind of assume that if you're in Waikiki operating one of these units or something, that you already register. So the city's not focusing on that at all yet, but they will. They're working on a template right now in order to give people notices of violation. So they didn't give me a timeline, but they said they're working on it.
Yeah, interesting stuff about a very important story. Ben, we appreciate your time.
Thank
Steve.
you.
By the way, you can read the full article on civilbeat.org. It's out there this morning, or you can text 66866 to get their newsletter. Jolani?